Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. In the previous episode, we used the giant bat soul to basically ransack the castle, or what's left of the unexplored castle, and that eventually leads us back to the chapel. Now here we couldn't quite reach these upper ledges because the double jump ability didn't quite do the job. But now with the Bat Soul, we can finally fly up here and fill in these last portions of the map. And also get this item up in the corner, which is the Tall Hammer. If we take a look at that, it's a lightning summoning hammer. It boosts your attack by about 60 points, close to it. And now we can be Thor! Anyway, I'm going to jump over to the next area that's unexplored. Okay, we're back in the castle corridor, and there's an item we have skipped past for a really long time, that sword up in that corner there. Well, with the Bat Soul, we can finally get it, and that is the Yasetsuno sword. I will show you that here. I think we passed this sword in like episode 3, so it took about 20 episodes to get to it. Anyway, it's said to have killed a demon. It boosts your attack by 40 points. Now notice the Kunitsuna is the same thing, but 10 points weaker. It's basically an upgrade of the Kunitsuna sword. Just a different color, really. See? Same thing. Anyway, there are also 2 items on hard mode that you can get now. I'll show you where those are at. Okay, we're at the first item that you can only reach on hard mode. Over to the right, there's that little recess. That's where the Death Robe item is. And you can only get that once you have the Bat Soul, and only on hard mode. Anyway, I'm going to go to the second item now. Okay, we're at the top of the clock tower now. This is where the second item is located, only on hard mode. And I will show you both of these items and the other 3 hard mode items on a later video. Anyway, that little ledge up there has the Death Sickle, and that's how you reach it, obviously. So now we're going to explore the final unexplored area of the game, and I will meet you there. Okay, I'm back in the castle corridor. Notice above me there's an unexplored area. This is where the final area of the game is. Now remember, we got the Killer Doll Soul right here, much earlier in the game. Now if we explore this last map portion here, this hallway above us leads to a connector. And notice it's connected on the other side to the inner corridor. So this is that area we didn't quite go to earlier. I kind of wonder why Dracula needs all these clocks in a row. I guess he really wants to know the time. Anyway, flying up here. That's why we didn't go here earlier, is because there was no use going here. All these familiar enemies now. The Uranus and the Succubus. And a new enemy, the Final Guard. Now, this guy, you can have several different patterns of attack to get him. One option would be... Oh, wrong soul. Bifron. The Bifron soul. Because it has multi-hitting, you can do several hundred damage if you're lucky. See? Not too bad. That's one option, and the other would be, of course, my favorite, the Lightning Doll. It will definitely do at least 100. And that gets us the Satan's Ring behind him, which is obviously an accessory. It boosts all your stats several points. Satan himself once wore this ring. Oh, that really makes me want to wear it. Anyway, I'm going to get the Final Guard's soul and weapon drops, and I'll be back with those. Okay, I've got the Final Guard soul. This guards against enemy attacks, kind of as it says, obviously. I'll show that off, and then I'll get the item drops in just a moment, too. There we go. It's 60 per second, so you kind of have to be precise with it, otherwise you're going to waste MP. But I'll show it to you right here. See? It guards. Kind of like he does. Oh, ponage! Oh, he got me once. Anyway, I'm going to get his drops and I'll be back with those. Okay, I finally got the final guard drops. It took about an hour. The first is the rare drop, which is the final sword. A sword carried by the final guard. Notice the attack boost. It's a pretty strong sword. It vies with the Climb Solias sword. And then his normal drop is the gold plate, but we've already seen that in the previous episode. And there's the sword. It's pretty good, obviously. It's one of the best swords in the game, so I'll use it for now. Might as well use it against the final guard himself. Nothing like a little taste of your own medicine, huh? If you duck right next to him like I'm doing, it's actually one of the best tactics because he can't really hit you. Just thought I'd mention that in case you were having trouble farming on him. There we go. This kind of seems suspicious right here. So, aha! Secret passage! And that leads us to the Gungnir. Obviously, it's a Norse spear/sword. Or rather, it's from Norse mythology. There it is. The lightning-infused spear. It's actually owned by Odin, I believe. It's got a low attack rating. However, it has multi-hit capability. Couldn't really show it there. I'll show it on the next enemy up here. You can get 4 or 5 hits in if you're lucky. See that? 3 hits right there. Anyway, here's their next new enemy, the Stolas. It's kind of like a walking owl. Now this summons enemies. You could technically have an infinite supply of enemies on this guy if you really wanted. Anyway, I'll get his soul and I'll be back with that in just a moment. Okay, I've got the Stolas soul, which increases intelligence by 16 points, so it's your best intelligence boosting soul. He also has a normal drop, which is the consumable high potion. So that's where you go for that. Continuing on. Never trust girls that are sitting in a little legs akimbo position like that girl. Especially if they're sitting in the middle of a burning castle. Yeah, not suspicious at all, right? No, couldn't be a demon. Oh, that room is empty. I don't even know why they put that in there. It's one of those useless rooms, I guess. Over here we have a teleporter. And a super potion. Not bad. I like the statuary in the background. I think they're actually bosses from previous Castlevania games, or rather, previous forms of Dracula's final form. Although that's a wyvern. And our next new enemy is the Basilisk, or Basilisk, or however you want to pronounce it, depending on your nationality. Anyway, I'll get his soul, and I will be back with that in just a moment. Okay, I have the Basilisk soul. This increases your defensive strength, but lowers your offensive strength. So you're going to take less damage, but hit worse too. Pretty self-explanatory. And beyond this final guard... Ooh, I love Gungnir. You'll notice that we've basically looped back around to the beginning. So I think we'll call it a video here, and in the next video we're going to explore that top area that we kind of skipped over a few minutes ago. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!